Hello. I am trying to find a good angle here. Whew, what a crazy day. Um, so my middle son, his name is Colin. He is getting close to graduation here in grade 12 here in Canada, and uh, I got a big surprise yesterday when I went and saw Cohen. It's like school pictures are tomorrow, and I gotta find a suit and they're going to rent one and all this kind of stuff. And a whole bunch of social programming stuff came up. And then today, to make it even more exciting, so to go out and to go into the places that involve those social programs, uh, made it even more intense. So I don't know how it is in other parts of the world, but in Canada, uh, there's this whole thing with graduation and grad parties and getting a suit and looking nice and getting the photos and paying for the photo packages, and it's just got insane, the amount of money that it costs. Once you get all the grad stuff done and everything, it's probably easily $1,000, and for young women, I'm sure it's probably double that. And I know we're celebrating the education, the 12 years of school that this young man has done, but the bullshit about, oh, you got to pay this and the grad photos are $250 for this package, and you got to get one for the parents, and you got to get one, and all those prices just keep creeping up. Everybody's got their hand out no matter what it is, and I can't see where their costs are increasing. And it just stung me and hurt me, and I'm looking at it, and this is a suit. Well, my oldest, for example, we did the same thing 2 years ago for him. We bought $500 worth of suit that he's worn once in his life, maybe twice, I think, for the grad photos. Um, and we're obligated to pay that because that's part of showing that you appreciate the child and all this kind of stuff. And it just seems insane to me. This is a structure that says this is how you appreciate your young children for all the time that they spent in school, and you're going to buy this thing for them. And right now, when money is so tight and the world is so mangled up, the meal for grad this year is like $150 a ticket, just so we can have a buffet lunch of really fancy stuff at some hotel. And when you start adding it up as a family, it's like grandparents and mom and dad and the son or daughter, and you're once again into like $500-600 just for a meal. And everybody's got their hands out. All the hotels and restaurants and stuff like that, they're like primo pricing because this is primo grad time and all this kind of stuff. And it just makes me want to vomit. it's it's a sacred cow. It's like this is the way it's done, and this is the way you have to do it, and you have to ante up the cash, and otherwise you're not respecting your children and you're not honoring them. And I fully respect the transition, the work of these children. I do not respect the social condition, the cost, the all these things that just automatically show up and you have to pay. And I'm not in a space where there's that much money flowing in my world. So to ante this all up, and then at the same time you're suffering, oh, you're not equal to the other parents, and the other parents are doing it, so you've got to do it. The social condition there just makes me want to vomit. The going to the 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 suit store and having to pay the price. Thank God I held my ground. The first suit was $570 at Moores, and I went to another beautiful place, Tip Top, that I went to, and I got the whole thing for half of that. And it was even a better looking suit. So sometimes standing up to these social norms, standing up and insisting on getting a good price and getting all these things. Oh, there goes the plane. You can even see it. Um, can help. And that's manifestation, is to stand up to it and say, okay, I don't agree with these social norms. I don't agree that it's going to cost me all these things. So this is part of our awakening process, is going and seeing the sacred cows of this is the way we got to do things, and then feeling in your body how it makes you feel, how it makes you feel uncomfortable, how it makes you angry, it makes you feel like you have no choice, and then going into them and insisting on something different. Like in our family, we're not going to go out for the grad dinner or whatever, which in my experience, even from my grad when I was that age or whatever, it's just a bunch of boring speeches and maybe a dance where everybody's feeling comfortable, and most of the kids were just waiting to go to the grad party in the farmer's field at the end because that's where they got to drink and all this kind of stuff and not wear big fancy dresses and all this kind of stuff. So how much money do we throw after things like this at marriages, at anniversaries and all these things where there's a structure and it says this is how you have to do it and this is how much money you have to spend. You have to appreciate them when you can appreciate them without having to throw all this money at it. So some people may disagree, and you're welcome to disagree. I am not going to stand in that norm. I lived it through my childhood. I'm living it through my children. I want to respect them. There's better ways to respect them. We're probably going to have a beautiful meal that'll cost maybe $200 with the whole family, and still celebrate it. Not with a bunch of people I don't know or whatever, just because this is what a grad ceremony is or whatever. Some of the sacred cows just pay money for other people, make everybody feel good about themselves and other things, and it needs to be about something different. So, anyways, I feel that some people may not appreciate me saying this because they look for it in their lifetime, and there's some validation of grad and all this kind of stuff. And it's if you look underneath, it's a sacred cow. It's kind of like a thing that we're told to respect, and it's a milestone. And you get past it, and yeah, maybe you remember it later in your life or whatever. It's a lot like a wedding where you spend tens of thousands of dollars to have meals and have people come give you gifts, and it's stated as a milestone, and then it's just all blown apart once you get a divorce or things don't work out. Or these are all the sacred cows that are part of our society that cost us tons of money, and afterwards we're not even sure why we did it. So I honor you if you don't agree, and you're more than welcome to unfriend me because I disagree. I'm tired of playing these life games that are dictated to me, and you may be feeling the same. It's let's make changes. Let's do it in a way that honors and validates ourselves and respects the amount of money that we have in our world right now, and not throwing good money after bad just so that you look good to everybody else and do the same as other parents. That's the wrong reasons. So just go in, anything that you're being forced to do or doesn't feel right or whatever, start asking questions, and you're going to find that this is part of waking up and ascension. There's these social norms and social requirements that are no longer serving and just cost us a lot of money and make a bunch of money for big companies. Even things like Easters and Halloweens and Thanksgivings and Valentine's Days and stuff. We're so stacked with these events where we got to pay all these money and have these celebrations and buy flowers and buy cakes and candies and all this kind of stuff, when you would do it in a different way anyways if it was a different day. If you love your lover and you love the people in your life, you don't have to have a forced holiday that makes a bunch of corporations a bunch of money. So anyways, just start looking at it, and grad's a big one because it costs a lot of money, and it's kind of implied that you have to do a bunch of things, and I'm stepping away from some of that. And my son was happy with what we got. We didn't buy cheap. We just looked around and tried to find something that will be usable and will be used for more days in his life. Maybe you can use it for people's weddings or other things, but to do it just to meet this social norm, no. So anyways, I love you all. um, just going through stuff. That's what's going on right now is we're pushing up against norms and glass windows and requirements that confuse us. And we don't need to, but we just got to look inside and say, okay, this doesn't feel good. This doesn't feel right. And then make a choice. And you don't have to align with it. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing. Do what feels good for you. So I love you all. I'll probably have another live a little later. There's some other stuff percolating, but thank you for listening, and have a great day. Love you.